Hey Room 230, today we're going to do some math and we're going to be thinking about hundreds, tens, and ones. I'm going to teach you a game called Digit Top It, and I want you to play this game every day. And we'll talk about what to do if you don't have playing cards at home. And then I'm going to read you a book, and then we're going to do a riddle, or a true or false actually. So for this game, for Digit Top It, you need a deck of cards. These are like just regular playing cards. If you don't have these kinds of cards, Uno cards work too. The kind with the numbers on them. If you don't have either of these things, you could make your own cards out of a piece of paper. You could cut a rectangle shape and you can put a number on it. And you're going to need numbers 1 through 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you'll want several of each number. So you might make like 4 1s, 4 2s, 4 3s, 4 4s, and so on to make your own deck of cards. So you could play that way as well. So I think I'm going to use my Uno cards today. And you don't want 0. And you don't want any special cards. Like this is a draw 2 card. So I'm gonna, or like wild card you don't want. So I'm pulling all of those out. If you were playing with this kind of deck, you don't want 10, Jack, King, Queen, or King. You would get rid of these kinds of cards and get rid of the 10 too. You don't need that. Just numbers 1 through 9. So I'm going to get my deck set up here real quick, and then I'm going to show you how to play. So I'm just sorting my cards now, getting rid of the ones I don't want, keeping cards 1 through 9. Oops, missed one. Nope, don't want 0. And for this game, color isn't going to matter. Okay, I think I got enough cards here. So you get your cards, give them a little bit of a shuffle, and you also are going to need a partner to play this game. If you don't have somebody to play with, you can pretend that you're playing against your cat or your stuffed animal, your stuffy, whatever you want to do, or pretend to play against yourself. So you put the deck between you and your partner. I think today I'll play against you. And the first person draws 3 cards. I'm going to show you what my cards are so you can understand how to play. I have a 5, a 4, and a 5. And I want to build the biggest number I can. So I'm going to make one of these my hundreds, one of these my tens, and one of these my ones. So I could just leave it like this. Right now it says 545, but I think I can make it even bigger. I think if I move this 5 into the tens place and move this 4 into the ones place, now my number is 554. So that's the biggest number I can make with my card. So that's my number. Now let's see what your number is going to be. Draw 3 cards. Oh, and I see right away that you have a 6. So if you put your 6 in a hundreds place, your number is automatically bigger than mine. You got 622. I got 554. Who has the bigger number? You guys do. So that means you get to keep all 6 cards. So you just set them aside, and those are your cards. And the person with the most cards at the end of the game wins. My turn. 4, 3, 2. Well, I think I'm going to leave them in that order. 432. That's as big as I can make. That's not as big as I was hoping for. You got 440. Huh. 440 versus 432. Who has the bigger number? Just barely. You guys do. You have only 8 more than me, so you get to keep all the cards. I am losing. Okay, now I have a 3, a 5, and a 7. Well, I'm going to put this 7 in my hundreds place for sure, and I'm going to then move this 5 into my tens place. So now I have the number 753. That's a pretty big number. I'm pleased with that. Oh my goodness, look what you guys got. So if you move that 9 into the hundreds place, look what you have. 980. Which was bigger? Definitely you guys got the bigger number. I haven't won around yet. 167. Well, I'm going to put the biggest number in the hundreds place, the second biggest number in the tens place, and then the smallest number in the ones place. So I got 761. Let's see what you guys got. 728. If you move that 8 into the hundreds place, you have 872. Definitely 872 is bigger than 761. So you guys won that round as well. Oh, okay. 8 is the biggest number. I'm going to put that in the hundreds place. 863. See what you get. 883. Who won? You guys did again. How much more do you have than me? You have 883. I have 863. Yes, that's right. You have 20 more than me. You have 2 tens more, 6 and 8. Okay, let's play till I win a round and then we'll stop. Okay, I got 521. Oh my goodness. And you guys got, that's right, 922. But 922 is definitely bigger than 521. I got 930. You got, oh, hey, look at this. What did you guys get? 911. Who has the bigger number? I do. I finally won a round. So you keep playing until you use up all your cards, and then you count to see who won. Or in this case, it's really obvious who won because you guys have way more cards than I do. So you guys definitely won. That is how you play Digit Top It. Okay, I'm going to read you a book that you have already heard. Miss Safrick read this book to you before school got out, and I'm going to read it again today because I want us thinking today about big numbers and our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. So this book is called How Much, How Many, How Far, How Heavy, How Long, How Tall is 1,000. And if you remember, we took some Unifix Cube paper strips and we made 1,000 of them and lined them down the hall. Do you remember how far it went? Yeah, it stretched really far, so we could see for ourselves how far 1,000 Unifix cubes goes. How much, how many, how far, how heavy, how long, how tall is 1,000? On a clear night, away from the brightness of a city, the sky is full of stars. So many, you probably can't count them all. How many do you think there are? Do you think there is more than 1,000? I'm guessing there's much, much, much more than 1,000. On a warm day, a hillside is often sprinkled with yellow dandelions. Could there be 1,000? What does 1,000 look like? Have you been noticing all the flowers now that it's springtime? I've been noticing a lot of dandelions in my yard. Pulled some of them yesterday. If you collect 1,000 acorns and put them in a pile, the pile won't be very big. But if the 1,000 acorns grow into oak trees, they'll make a whole forest. One 1,000 sheets of paper really stacked, 1,000 sheets of paper neatly stacked make a pile about as high as 4 thick books. So about as much as this is 1,000 papers. But if the wind blows the paper around, 1,000 sheets will litter an entire neighborhood. "1,000 people sitting in rows will fill a small hockey arena. But if the 1,000 people are all waiting to get in, the line they make will stretch out the door, down the street, and right around the block. It's kind of what we experienced with our Unifix cubes. When we pile all of our Unifix cubes into a bucket, we have about 2 buckets worth. But when we stretch them all out end to end, they stretch down the hall. How much is 1,000? Is it a lot? That depends. If you don't like freckles, 1,000 of them is a lot. Freckles are the little dots some people get on their face when they've been out in the sun. But when it comes to hair, 1,000 isn't very many. "1,000 bricks seem like a lot. Could you build a house with them?" 1,000 bricks would only make a teeny tiny house with one very small room. Would this be enough space for you? What about 1,000 French fries? Could you eat all of them? Even if you loved fries, 1,000 would be too much for one person. You could share them. A single serving has about 40 fries. How many friends would 1,000 French fries feed? That's an interesting question. I think we might want to come back to that one. How much space do 1,000 pennies take up? Could you put them in your pocket? Probably not, even if your pocket is quite big. Even if you used 2 pockets. Maybe if you used all your pockets. How far is 1,000 steps? Would you be tired if you walked that far? If you walked the bases on a regular baseball diamond, 1,000 steps would take you around about 4 times. But if you ran 1,000 steps, that would take you around about 10 times. Would that make you tired? How tall is a stack of 1,000 pennies? Is it as tall as you are? A stack of 1,000 pennies is about as tall as an 11-year-old, but a stack of 1,000 dimes would be about as tall as a 7-year-old. How heavy are 1,000 cookies? Could you lift them? If you can lift a 2-year-old, you could lift 1,000 Oreo cookies, but 1,000 large oatmeal raisin cookies could be as heavy as an 8-year-old. I guess it depends on what kind of cookie and how big the cookie is. How long is 1,000 minutes? If you start counting minutes at 6 o'clock in the morning, when you get to 1,000, it will be long past your bedtime. How long is 1,000 days? If today were your 7th birthday, in 1,000 days, you would be almost 10 years old. Sometimes 1,000 doesn't seem like very much at all, but sometimes it seems like a great many. So now that you know how much 1,000 is, what do you think 1,000 thousands would be? Yes, it's 1,000,000. The end. Okay, I have a question for you that I want you thinking about today. If you have something to write down, I'd like you to write this question down. 1 year is 365 days. How many days is 2 years? How could you solve that? What kind of strategy would you use to figure out how many days are in 2 years? If you know that 1 year is 365 days, how many days is 2 years? And then the challenge question is, how many days is 3 years? So you're thinking about this problem and you're wondering to yourself, what strategy could I use to solve this? I'd like for you to solve this problem and work it out on a piece of paper. And then if your parents will let you use a smartphone, you can take a picture of it and I want you to email it to me. This is part of your weekly assignment this week that's due by this Friday. So I want you to write down the problem, think about the answer, show me your work, and send me a picture of your work by Friday. And we will talk about the answer then. By the way, shout out to both Emron and Irvine for turning in their homework last week. Nice work. And both of them solved last week's problem correctly. So good work. Okay, we are going to do some true or false statements. So I'm going to erase my board. And I am going to write a statement down, and you have to decide if it's true or false. Okay. 3 tens and 4 ones is the same thing as 34. Is that true or is that false? If you're watching this video with someone, turn and tell that person what you think. All right, I'm hearing a lot of you say that you think it's true. Let's think about this. How much is 3 tens? I'm going to draw 3 10 sticks. 10, 20, 30. 3 tens is the same thing as 30. And 4 ones. I'm going to draw 4 ones. How much is this? 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Is that what we said? 34. Yes, so this statement was true. Good job. All right. That was your warm-up. Let's do another one. All right. 2 tens and 18 ones is the same thing as 48. This seems a little trickier. Let's take a moment to think about it. 2 tens and 18 ones is the same thing as 48. So you might be thinking to yourself, how much is 2 tens? And how much is that when I put it with 18 ones? And is that the same thing as 48? If you're sitting with someone watching this video right now, turn and tell them what you think. True or false? All right. Some of you I hear are saying it's false. Let's see if you are right. Let's draw our 2 tens and our 18 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's right. I made a 10. I heard you guys say that. There's another 10. So actually, how many 10s do I have? 1, 2, 3. I have 3 10s, and how many ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 3 10s and 8 ones. Is that the same thing as 48? No. So this one was false, not true. All right. I'm going to make it just a little bit harder now. So I hope you have your brains on. All right. 100, 2 10s, 7 ones is the same thing as 127. Is this true or is this false? Take a moment to think about it and then tell the person you're with what you think. And how do you know? All right. I'm hearing a lot of you say that you think it is true. Let's see if you are right. So I'm going to draw this. How do we draw 100? That's right. We make a big block to show, if we imagined 100 ones inside there. 2 10s and 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How much is this? 100 plus 20 is 120. 120 plus 7 is 127. That one was true. Nice job. Okay, last one. Okay, is this true or is this false? 112 tens, 5 ones equals 125. True or false? I'm trying to trick you on this one, so I'm going to give you a minute to think about it. Turn and tell the person you're with what you think. What do you think the answer is? Is this true or is this false, and how do you know? I'm hearing some of you say it's true, and I'm hearing some of you say it's false. I think maybe I have managed to trick you. So let's just draw it and see if we can figure this out. I'm going to draw my 100. Now I'm going to draw my 12 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and my 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now let's count how much this is. 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200. Wait a minute, I just made another 100. 10 tens is 100. So we have 100, 200, 210, 220, 221, 222, 223, 224, 225. So 112 tens and 5 ones is not 125, it is 225. So that statement was false. All right, nice work. Thank you for doing some math with me today. So what I want you working on this week is that problem. There's 365 days in 1 year. So how many days are in 2 years? And what strategy are you going to use to solve that? And then the challenge is how many days are in 3 years. I also want you using your Uno cards or just your regular cards or make your cards. And I want you playing Digit Top It as well. And play that a little bit every day. Speaking of doing something every day, I think almost all of you are now on IXL and are doing some math problems on IXL. I want you practicing IXL every day. And if you... Nope, never mind. I was going to say something and changed my mind. So play Digit Top It, solve that problem, and do some IXL every day. All right, take care, Room 230, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.